crazy delicious turkey tacos coming right up on Weekend at the Cottage. Welcome to Weekend at the Cottage. I'm Nick Manojlovic. To begin, a reminder, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our website. Also, look for us on our dedicated YouTube channel, drop us comments, thumbs up, and click for notifications. Finally, talk to the other half of Weekend at the Cottage, the ever-incredible Carol Bugazzi. She's handling all of our social media platforms, including Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Okay, today this story evolved after a discussion we had about a classic, tacos. We thought we would do a taco story, and then we started to add on different layers that we were looking for. Has to be flavorful, has to be healthy. Can we do gluten-free? Can we make these the best tacos ever? Well, we hope to deliver. Let me start with a review of the recipe. You're gonna need one of these for this fabulous meal idea. This is a tortilla press. We're doing our tortillas from scratch, and we're using a recipe from the Tortilla channel, a fellow YouTube channel. They do tons of great stuff with tortillas. Today we're doing a traditional corn tortilla, really easy to prepare, only 3 ingredients. The essential ingredient is called MASA HARINA, which is a special, I want to say corn flour, but don't go buying corn flour. You have to purchase MASA HARINA. Bob's Red Mill has a wonderful organic product. You need 2 cups of MASA HARINA, 1 teaspoon of salt into a bowl. We're going to stir them together, and then you need 1.5 cups of hot water. You add 1 cup of hot water, stir, then you add the remainder, stir it by hand into a dough, and then we're placing a little towel on top, and you let this sit for about an hour. After an hour, roll the dough into balls. Take your tortilla press, we're gonna add a couple pieces of parchment paper, press down, and really the tortillas aren't only this big. When you flatten them out, we have a small skillet on stovetop, kind of a moderately high heat. Place your tortillas on. After a minute, flip them over. After your tortillas have browned nicely, we're transferring them onto a dish towel lined plate. Look at them all in here, how cute and adorable. Why the dish towel? Just to make sure your tortillas don't dry out. Let's continue. The next thing we need you to do is you're gonna make the original Weekend at the Cottage taco spice blend. To make our taco spice blend, 1 tablespoon each, chili powder, pretty standard, a smoky ancho powder, chipotle powder, those 3, 1 tablespoon each, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, tablespoon of ground cumin, teaspoon of oregano, and then you need a teaspoon of, you could use chili flakes, but we tracked down Aleppo flakes, which are spicy and sweet at the same time, and then 1 teaspoon of a smoked paprika. Last 2 ingredients, 2 teaspoons of salt, a teaspoon of garlic powder. Place all of that into a bowl, stir it together, and then transfer it to an airtight jar. We're gonna need this shortly. Let's say you just watched that and thought, Nick, I can't go through all that. No worries. Just head to the store and buy a standard taco seasoning pack. But we really think this taco seasoning is fantastic. Now, we debated whether we were gonna saute onions and then do ground chicken or ground turkey or ground beef for our tacos. We said no. Instead, a 4-pound piece of turkey breast. We are rubbing it with a little bit of oil, salt, pepper onto a baking sheet. Oven is preheated for 425 degrees, and then the turkey breast goes in about an hour's time. The top is nice and golden and crispy. A lot of the juice has come away. Once your turkey breast has chilled, I'd like you to simply cut it into small bite-sized pieces. And actually, it's so tender it almost kind of just breaks apart. While once you've prepared your turkey, we're going to assemble a number of really tasty vegetables in a bowl. We're going to slice up about 2 scallions, red onion for color, half a red onion thinly sliced, then diced, 1 jalapeno pepper for a little bit of spice. Tomatoes, I think, are so great in this recipe. I went out and got some heirloom tomatoes, a red and a yellow. When you cut into them, it's just so beautiful. And I know you can imagine the height of summer when the tomatoes and all these vegetables first come in. This is an outstanding recipe. Another key ingredient is cilantro. Chopped cilantro, make a little bit of extra, I need that for the garnish. We add our chopped cilantro, and then we're going to add the juice of 2 limes. And as you squeeze this in, you're going to start to get this very fragrant aroma. Stir everything together, balance with a little bit of salt. Over to the big bowl, we have our turkey. Add that vegetable mix, and now it's time to balance everything with our taco seasoning. We started with 1 tablespoon, stirred it up. I asked for a little bit more, another tablespoon went in, and then finally another teaspoon. And you're gonna be able to kind of play with this until you get the seasoning just right. Stir all of that together. You have your taco filling. We have our tortillas done. Last thing before we present our 3 traditional accompaniments. I have a very nice salsa. We have a pico de gallo, which is a very flavorful sauce made from a fruit-like vegetable called the tomatillo. We have guajillo, which is a beautiful, rich, look at the color, red sauce made from a particular type of sweet pepper. 2 additional final things you can enjoy, a little bit of chopped cilantro, and then I also like my tacos con queso with cheese, and I'm using a traditional Mexican cheese called duro blando. It kind of crumbles or grates up very easily. And last thing also I'd like you to have is a little bit of lime on hand. So when you go to do this, and I'll show you on one of these plates, I'm taking a plate, I'll place the taco or the tortilla shell down flat on the plate. We have our turkey and taco spice vegetable mixture, a nice generous portion in the middle of that tortilla, and then you can add your accompaniments. I'd like quite a lot of salsa, I'd like quite a bit of pico de gallo. Add our guajillo. How about a little bit, a handful of cilantro, and then our cheese, our queso, our duro blando, and you add it together. I like the flavor of squeezing on the lime juice on top right before you serve. Once you've assembled the tasty turkey taco to your liking, you can present it just like this, flat out on a plate. Guests would gather it up to enjoy. You could assemble them in advance and place them out onto a platter. You can do them in little takeout boxes. How about a complete taco station, right? All of these gorgeous elements out on a table with a little bit of cerveza on the side, fantastic. Ultimately though, when you go to enjoy, guests will grab and you kind of fold up in that classic pattern. Of course, I love my job. I love what I do. I get to taste this tasty turkey taco and tell you what it's like. Wow. Bold, robust flavors, beautiful, kind of the fresh component. I know that I'm eating healthy because the tortillas are gluten-free. I think if you serve these at a party, your party will be a hit, the recipe will be a success, and we're all gonna pat each other on the back. Final things before I head out, a big thank you to our friends at the Tortilla channel. Click up here to visit their stuff. Tons of great recipes made mostly with tortillas. After that, what can I tell you? Nothing, except enjoy these fabulous turkey tacos. Come on back and visit again soon. Take care, bye-bye.